Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It's a 2005 Dodge Ram 2500 quad cab, short bed, 5.9 liter Cummins turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive, and the best part of all is it's a 6-speed manual. Yes, that is a 6-speed manual. Everyone knows what that means. It's pretty rare, and it's got relatively low miles with 136,000. You don't see these hardly ever. I went crazy and bought this thing for probably way too much money, but I don't care. I know how rare this truck is, and I had to have it. Anyway, the only real issues with this thing are the tires are kind of crappy, and both bed sides in its past have been painted. You will see, we will have before and after pictures as we bought it, before we bought it, so that you'll know what it looked like. We haven't done anything cosmetically to this truck at all. We haven't done anything really to it, period. Could use a set of tires. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to show you the tires. I'm going to show you in video what's going on. Point out some of the flaws, as many as I can find. A little ding over the headlight there. Obviously, if you're buying this truck, you're not going for the cosmetics. No one cares about that. We got some peeling chrome on there. You can buy one of those aftermarket grills for about $70 or $80 if you care. I would do nothing with this truck. I wouldn't fix the bed sides. I wouldn't do anything. I mean, as it is, you got one of the rarest things ever. You basically got a unicorn here. We hardly ever get these things. I think I see one or two a year. Actually, it doesn't look terrible. It just, we just know it because this goes to we catches our eyes because this is what we do. But you can see some body work right there. Some more right here. Just both bed sides. It's not the tailgate, it's not the doors, it's just both bed sides. If you need tires and you're going to come here and drive away, or if you want it to have new tires before it leaves on a shipping truck, you can go to discounttire.com. They have a bunch of shops here in Tucson and over several western states. I think they go all the way up to Arkansas and Texas. Call up to the location at Prince Road and Oracle here in Tucson. Buy the tires over the phone. Because you're buying them over the phone, you won't be paying taxes, and you'll get about a 5% discount from us. We'll have them on the truck before it ships out or before you come here to drive it home. You can see some body work stuff here, right there. Again, it's my job to make sure that we point out every possible thing that we know about a vehicle so it gets to the right future owner. There's absolutely no upside in us BSing people. Our business is predicated on people getting good information. Okay? And I'm going to start this thing up. Open the hood. Let you look under the hood and listen to it run under the hood. All right. 136,175. Yes, and there it is. The magic of the whole thing. Let's see. Open the hood. We did put two new batteries in it. Those are new batteries. Discoloration right there on the door panel. That's your driver rear window. Gosh, these things are almost always gone. I'm surprised to see a couple under there. Usually there's a big hole there. There's your driver rear window. Looks like there was a hole here and we had our upholstery guy come in and fill it. There's your passenger front window. Let's see, there's your driver window, passenger window, passenger rear window, driver rear window. Let's see the mirrors, and let's see, that mirror doesn't work. That mirror doesn't work. So I would say that we need a new switch here. Obviously I can't do a video and drive at the same time like I do on most of them because we're a manual. So Jason's gonna come out here and drive this thing for you. So you got a broken vent here. Let's try some air conditioning here since it's 88 degrees here in Tucson today. I understand it's 2 in Chicago. Well, we're not in Chicago, are we? No. Alright, what do we got going on here? So we'll, alright, cruise on and off, just on and off, right? That's it? Alright. What are we going to do? 4 low, reverse. Granny gear. We're going to have to hit that truck behind us. Thank you. This is his first time driving a manual. I'm hoping. Oh, hey, that's granny gear, isn't it? Holy cow.
2 miles an hour.
Yep. That
4 high reverse.
4 high reverse. Alright. And that is quite the granny gear you got going on there. That would be to get things rolling, huh?
Yeah.
Something really heavy to get rolling. Well, we're gonna go for a ride. This is on a salvage title due to theft, not collision. Oh, it's a clear title, I'm sorry. Duh, it is a clear title. Duh. Jason looked at me like I grew a horn. It's a clear title, I'm sorry. It's not your typical theft recovery. Anyhow, it's not a clear title, so all you have to pay is tax and dock fee. Dock fee is $250. Taxes are 2% here in Tucson for city sales tax plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if your state tax rate is 3% and you come to Tucson to pick it up, you're going to pay a total of 5% tax, year 3, R2, and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you'll pay is the agreed upon price. That's it. Shut up for just a second here. Does the radio work? I couldn't get the mirrors to work. Is there a reason for that? Alright, well, they will be working. Probably bad switch. The odds on both mirrors being bad are 0 and probably a switch. So we need to get a switch. Anyway, let's see. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is agreed upon price. And that's it. No tax, no dock fees. This is a beast, by the way. I like the way this thing runs. How's the clutch?
Clutch is good.
Do we have to do anything mechanically to it?
Yeah. Does that have been steering stabilizer due to the forklift that picked it up?
There you go. So it was fine until until they shipped it, and then they bent it. So it has a new steering stabilizer, and I think it's got a new windshield. That's a pretty damn perfect windshield. I'll bet. I think we put a windshield to this thing too. Let's see. That's metric, huh? There you go. 16 miles per gallon. Holy cow, that's few more than I was expecting to see. Anyway, let's see. Please make sure you get a deposit in. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. We'll put your name and a banner over the vehicle at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. We do not hold vehicles for even 1 second. Every time we do, we run off people who want to buy it, and then the guy who wanted it originally can't get into his mom's piggy bank. Almost every time. So we're not doing that any longer. What else? Warranties expire after a certain number of years and a certain number of miles. The factory sets them up like that. The engineers who know what they're talking about would love to give it a 1,000,000-mile warranty, then they could sell this thing for $100 grand. But they can't. They say, hey, after 5 years and 60,000 or 7 years and 100 or whatever, we're done. We don't know what's going to happen. And that's the same thing with this truck or like any of the other vehicles we have. I say this in every video. You can look at the very end of every video. I say the same thing. I'm not singling out this truck because there's any particular problem. I'm just telling you that it's out of warranty, and Ford knows more than, or Dodge knows more than we know, okay? A lot more, okay? So if they're not knowing what's going to happen in the future, we don't either. So if you are risk averse, if you don't like risk, then you need to buy a brand new one. And I would say a brand new one with a manual transmission is probably going to be about $65,000 in cloth. But if you want leather, it's probably more like 75, which is just unbelievable. You can buy a condo for that. But that's what you have to do if you don't want any risk. Then you get the bottled water and the loaner car and the feeling that, you know, of invincibility for 3 years. And that'll be that. But if you want to save a bunch of money, just set aside some money in your mind that you may have to spend. You know, someday you might have to buy a clutch, or there might be a check engine light, or you might have to get an injector, or a bearing, or whatever. That's what happens when you buy used things. This is used. So just know that. The most significant thing to know about this truck is that it's had some body work and paint work done on both bed sides. And it does need a set of tires to safely drive anywhere. Okay? Like I said, discounttire.com. Give them a ring. Prince and Oracle store. Buy some over the phone. You know, we'll have them on the vehicle before you show up or before it ships out, if that's what you'd like to do. But if you're going to drive it anywhere, it has to have tires. I wouldn't even let it go out like this. It would be very unsafe to drive on I-10 with those tires. They're just not good enough to make it 100 miles. No way. So, that is my speech. Please make sure that you know what you're buying. You do your homework. I can tell you one thing. We're not going to bend much on the price, if any, because of that in his hand. That right there is very hard to come by. And every time we have one, they're gone almost immediately. So, aside from needing to get a mirror switch, which will get done, that's all we have to say. All right? Thank you very much.